Good morning, everyone. My name is Jennifer Oliveira, and I have the privilege of serving as chair of the Lomita Chamber of Commerce. On behalf of our board of directors and the City of Lomita, we thank you for joining us here today. The Lomita Chamber is honored to present the 2024 State of the City Address in collaboration with the City of Lomita. This year is especially meaningful as we celebrate 60 years of Lomita's incorporation and rich legacy. By the way, did you all notice that the background music earlier was perfectly in tune with the 1964 era? Did you happen to notice that? And why is that so important? Founders Day era. Anyways, today's program will showcase the city's accomplishments, key projects, and future initiatives, while also highlighting the partnerships that drive Lomita's progress. We'll hear from residents and Lomita legends as they share their personal stories and connections to the history of our beloved, friendly city. As a chamber, we are truly honored to collaborate with the city on some of our signature events, which includes today's State of the City's program, and we're equally grateful for the city's support in other ways throughout the year that enable the Chamber to provide our annual Health for All Ages Fair, connecting residents with vital health and wellness resources, and of course, Lemonade Day. That's right. Thank you to Heidi for bringing that to the City of Lomita. A community-driven program organized by the Chamber in partnership with the City of Lomita and many of our sponsors in this room, which empowers young entrepreneurs to start and operate their own businesses. This year, we're thrilled to celebrate our local Lemonade Day star, Pearl, who won the National Youth Entrepreneur of the Year Award and earned Lomita local honors for the second time. She's a Lomita legend in the making and making Lomita proud. Shortly, we'll hear from our wonderful mayor, Bill Uphoff, who will introduce our Lomita City Council and special guests. But first, I would like to thank our sponsors who helped make today's event possible. The City of Lomita, Athens Services, Cal Water, Coastal Funeral Center, South Bay Credit Union, Coven Video Productions, the Pacern Group, Tripepi Smith, Southern California Edison, South Bay Workforce Investment Board, Water Replenishment District, SoCal Gas, Jane Lau Realtor with Berkshire Hathaway, Ambassador Christian School, Evers Fantastic Cafe, Lomita Mail and Print, Floral 101, Crack Boba. Please notice the centerpieces on your table. Thank you to Floral 101, and you'll also see a card that gives you a discount. So please make sure you're taking that opportunity. We thank all of you for your active engagement and commitment to our community in supporting this event. I would also like to recognize some of our valued local businesses and community partners here today who work so hard to make Lomita a better place. First, a special thanks to Evers Fantastic Cafe for providing a delicious breakfast, and to Crack Boba, who just opened up in July on Lemonade Day, for offering their bubble tea specialties. We'd also like to thank Floral 101, Lomita Mail and Print, Coven Video Productions, Manhattan Beach Studios, and photographer Matthew Belter for their contributions to today's event through beautiful flowers, printed items, and event production support. Finally, we want to thank our chamber board members and ambassadors for volunteering today. So if you're in the room right now, please stand and be recognized. Some are at the back table. I think some might still be in the other room checking in. Thank you to our phenomenal board and our ambassadors. We couldn't do it without you. Now, I would like to turn this over to our phenomenal mayor, Bill Uphoff.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Jennifer and the Chamber, for all of your hard work in making this possible. Welcome everyone to our 25th annual State of the City address and the 9th at the gym. You know, when I was at the gym this morning, I didn't do any heavy lifting, but the heavy lifting to put this event on, you know, kudos to our chambers, kudos to our staff. So please just raise your hand and be recognized, you know, if you're a chamber staff. Thank you. So my wonderful wife, Karen, raise your hand. Yes? Okay. She asked me this morning if I was nervous, right? And I said, well, you know, back in the day, I might have been nervous if I was doing something like this, but, you know, back in the day, maybe I might get fired, right? So, you know, with the election behind me, you know, the worst thing that might happen is I might not be mayor. Well, wait, that's going to happen in December anyway. So with that being said, you know, I'm not that nervous. We'll see. But again, appreciate everybody being here. I hope you had an opportunity to visit each of the tables around the room and interact with the folks driving positive change in our community. As Jennifer mentioned, 2024 marks the 60th anniversary of Lomita's incorporation as a city. This year, we celebrate our 60th anniversary by showcasing our legends, which is why this year's State of the City is called Legendary Lomita, celebrating our past, building our future. Before I continue, I'd like to invite the South Bay Coastliners to sing the national anthem. Please stand.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Nicely done, gentlemen. Thank you. Again, thank you, Heidi, President and CEO of the Lomita Chamber of Commerce, Jennifer and the board and the volunteers at the Lomita Chamber of Commerce for hosting and coordinating this year's event. The Chamber is one of our most important partners. They do much great work in our community, and we can't thank them enough for all their time and effort. I'd also like to recognize our hardworking colleagues, my colleagues on the City Council, Mayor Pro Tem Warnick and his wife Christine, Barry and Margie, Jim Gaisley, and and Cindy Segawa, and is Chris here? Okay, so not Chris, and my wonderful wife Karen again. Okay, so, you know, we're fortunate to have support from our legislative colleagues. Next, I'd like to introduce Assemblyman Al Marisucci. From Ted Lieu's office, Joey Apodka, okay. From Senator Ben Allen's office, District Director Sam Lieu. From LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn's office, Field Deputy Jennifer Lamarque. And Jenny Eubanks, okay. And from LA County Assessor Jeffrey Prang's office, Ian May, okay. Thank you all for being here today. You know, these partners are longtime friends of Lomita, and we appreciate their support and all the hard work they do for our community. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'd also like to recognize our friends from LAUSD, Charnel Bevins representing LAUSD School Board member Tanya Ortiz Franklin. Okay. All our school principals and staff, please stand to be recognized. All of our city commissioners, please stand. And representatives from our neighboring city, Mayor John Cruikshank from RPV. David Ledger, representing the South Bay Cities Council of Governments. Scott Houston, board member, West Basin Municipal Water District. Catherman, board member, Water Replenishment District. And from the LA County Sheriff's Department, Lomita Station, we have Captain Guerrera, Lieutenant White, Sergeant McCoy, and Corps Deputy Kellogg. Representing LA County Fire Department and Station 6, we have Assistant Fire Chief Brian Kane, Battalion Chief Wade Kelsey, and our own Community Services Liaison, Rosemary Vivero. Okay. So before we, at the council meeting this past Tuesday, Mark had the invocation, and he went around and he asked, he made the comment or observation that at Thanksgiving they go around the table and ask everybody to say what they're thankful for. Mark, over to you. No, I'm kidding. So, but I just want to mention that because you think about everybody that's sitting in this room today. Your contributions to the city make it legendary. Everybody that's contributed to the city over the past 100+ years, they make it legendary. So give yourselves a round of applause. So before we dive into the details of the city's accomplishments and future projects, let's take a moment to truly appreciate what makes Lomita such a special community to live, work, and play. From our vibrant small town community and thriving businesses to our beautiful parks and recreational opportunities, Lomita is not just a place to live, it is a small town with big ideas, a place to thrive. Please enjoy the following video that captures the essence of what it means to live, work, and play in our friendly city.
Welcome to Lomita, a city that enjoys a close-knit and strong sense of community. Lomita continues to grow and thrive by welcoming new businesses, hosting beloved events such as Founders Day, and enhancing our infrastructure, all while maintaining a special sense of community that makes Lomita a great place to live, work, and play. Through our partnerships with the LA County Sheriff's Department and the LA County Fire Department, we've bolstered Lomita's commitment to public safety as a top priority. In 2024, the City Council approved a second Community Outreach and Engagement Deputy dedicated to Lomita to address our unique needs. This initiative is complemented by our continued collaboration with organizations like the American Red Cross, which allows us to offer important services throughout the year, such as free smoke detector installations. Lomita also continues to invest in strengthening our infrastructure. Since the launch of the annual Slurry Seal program in 2016, we've resurfaced over 2/3 of the city's streets. Other completed projects include street reconstruction throughout the city, installation of a new Welcome to Lomita sign, an updated pavement management plan, and evaluation of a second potable well. Some upcoming projects include the multi-benefit stormwater project in downtown Lomita, water main replacements on 247th Street, and along Walnut Street, 247th Place, and Ebony Lane, as well as the Narbonne South Pipe replacement and street rehabilitation. Long-term, these projects will enhance the quality of life in Lomita by creating safer streets, promoting environmental sustainability, and contributing to the overall beautification and modernization of the city. These efforts are part of a broader vision to make Lomita a thriving and resilient community well prepared for the future. And these improvements go beyond streets. The City Council is dedicated to ensuring a safe and reliable water system, making worthwhile investments today that will benefit Lomita residents for decades to come. Since the launch of the Lomita Chamber of Commerce 5 years ago, the City of Lomita has been dedicated to cultivating a vibrant business community. One of the Chamber's key initiatives is Lemonade Day, a community-driven program that empowers young entrepreneurs to start and run their own businesses. This year, we are thrilled to announce that a young entrepreneur has brought home the National Youth Entrepreneur of the Year award for the second time. Lomita continues to attract new businesses that propel economic growth and provide high-quality establishments, including major names like Target and Grocery Outlet to local favorites like Crack Boba, Get Together Salon, Ama Halal Grocery and Meat, and many more. We're proud to celebrate the success of standout destinations such as Cara Mia Baking Company, Project Barley, and Burn in Daylight Brewing Company, which are marking 5-year anniversaries in our community. These exciting developments highlight what makes Lomita special. By supporting a variety of long-standing businesses, the city ensures Lomita retains its unique charm while building a strong, thriving economy that benefits us all. To make all of this possible, the city added to its long-standing reputation for being fiscally responsible. In 2024, the city adopted a balanced biennial budget and maintains healthy reserve funds. A balanced budget and reinvestment in the city's long-term financial health are crucial to keeping Lomita strong for years to come. Thanks to careful financial management, we've restored beloved recreational programs, including youth and adult sports, as well as the teen program, a fun and engaging environment for teens to socialize, learn new skills, and build lasting friendships. In 2023, the City of Lomita began an approximately 2-year process to update its general plan, a key document that guides the city's long-term growth and aspirations. Last updated in 1998, the general plan covers a range of important future planning efforts in the city, including land use, housing, economic development, transportation, parks and recreation, and public safety. The city engaged with the community through workshops and other forums to gather input to shape how Lomita will grow and evolve over the next 20 years. Each year, Lomita takes pride in hosting a variety of special events that foster a genuine sense of community. In 2024, as we observe our 60th anniversary, we celebrated throughout the year with events including Founders Day, Cornhole Tournament, National Night Out featuring a classic car show, and more. Stay tuned for more exciting events as we continue to celebrate and strengthen our community together. We hope you've enjoyed hearing about some of the exciting developments shaping Lomita's future. We invite you to come experience firsthand how our small-town charm is paired with big ideas, making Lomita a special community.
Give it up for the video. So, you saw a lot of the great things that the city does. So at this time, I'd like to introduce and thank our staff members that are here with us today and city leadership. Gary Sagano, Assistant City Manager, who happens to be retiring at the end of the year, so give it up for Gary. Lena Hernandez, our Deputy City Manager and Public Works Director. Susan Kamada, Administration Services Director. Adrian Fernandez, Community and Economic Development Director. And Emma Kelly, Parks and Recreation Director. So at this time, I'd like to bring up the head honcho from Lomita, kind of quasi, Andrew, our city manager.
Thank you, Mayor Uphoff, and thank you, everyone, and esteemed guests. Thank you, Heidi and the Chamber, for putting on this event. Just great job, and congratulations on your 5th anniversary. So a round of applause for Heidi and the Chamber of Commerce for their 5th anniversary. So my name is Andrew. I've had the honor of meeting many of you, but not all of you. I'm the city manager of our small but mighty city. In my short time here so far, I'm humbled and honored with the support I've received from each of you and the spirit that reverberates in this room today. All of you have contributed to making my first 6 months on the job spectacular. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve you and be part of this team we call Lomita. And now it's my honor to present to you Team Lomita's Year in Review. Let's first begin with celebrating the hard work everyone in this room has put together over the last decade to earn the trust and satisfaction of our residents. In a recent community survey conducted just last year, 90% of Lomita residents rated the city as a good or excellent place to live. 82% of residents are satisfied with city services, 76% are satisfied with our community events, and nearly 3/4 are satisfied with how we can communicate and outreach. As we reflect on this year, it's no wonder why our residents are brimming with positivity and optimism. But it all starts with responsible spending and fiscal prudence. The fiscal year 24-26 biennial budget is balanced, without the use of any carryover funds. The city also benefited from increased revenues committed through the passage of Measure L, which I'll speak about in a moment, projecting to invest over $74 million over the next 2 years in Lomita community. Like all strong businesses, long-term growth and success is largely measured by the health of our savings and investments in our future. Through responsible fiscal management, the city maintains a healthy rainy day reserve of over 50% of our general fund for unplanned events and emergencies. And of course, the passage of the Measure L local transaction and use tax in 2020. This measure certainly contributed to our sustained success and investment over the last several years, with revenues outpacing projections just this past year. Measure L revenue is critical to ensuring that our local dollars get reinvested back into Lomita in perpetuity, which is how we're able to invest over $11 million in our streets, parks, and other capital projects for fiscal year 25. But they say, if you're going to talk the talk, walk the walk, and we aim to deliver. To establish long-range vision for delivering key improvements to our aging infrastructure, the city set out to develop a 5-year capital improvement project plan. Back in 2022, the City Council adopted this plan aiming at our long-term investment in our infrastructure needs. This plan focuses on some key aspects. 1, ensuring that our drinking water is safe and sustainable for years to come. 2, that our streets and roads are in the best conditions possible. 3, that we are meeting our state and federal Disability Act requirements, planning for the future of sustainable transportation options through bicycle and mass transit, and lastly, planning for the new housing and density requirements that are given to us by the state. In fact, the city is investing an additional $200,000 in each of the next 2 fiscal years into the city's street improvement fund to support existing street rehabilitation projects, which is a substantial commitment to maintaining and improving our 32 miles of streets. A major catalyst for our CIP program was the implementation of our pavement management plan this year. Having a pavement management plan allows us to better understand the existing conditions of our pavement throughout the city and plan for the future. I'm happy to share that our existing plan and conditions reveal that 34% of the city's streets are in excellent condition, 40% of the city's streets are in very good condition. And in addition, our condition index, which measures the quality of our city streets, is 75, which is considered very good. The citywide index has increasingly and steadily grown over the last 13 years due to our commitment in evaluating, maintaining, and rehabilitating our city streets. Construction is currently underway, in fact, in the northeast area called Zone G. The plans identify streets in Zone G as having some of the worst pavement conditions in the city, and Zone G projects will be executed in phases, with the full street reconstruction beginning in the first phase right after Thanksgiving. As we work hard on wrapping up the last of our street improvements from that 2021 plan, here's a look at the remaining Zone G schedule. A number of our improvements to our parks and city facilities have also been completed or are underway, including rehabilitation of our picnic and playground area at Lomita Park and tables and chairs at both Lomita Parks and Hathaway Parks. And just like each of you, maintenance and upkeep of our facilities is essential to our business operations, which is why the roofs at 4 of our facilities are in the process of being replaced, including the Stevenson Center, Tom Rico Center, Lomita Railroad Museum, and the Appian Way Pump Station. The Stevenson Center is also going to be getting renovations to its restrooms. As we invest in our future, it's also important to consider the impact on our environment. Due to Lomita's location in the South Bay, much of the region's stormwater travels southeasterly towards San Pedro, but it traverses through Lomita. Without mitigation and treatment efforts like street sweeping our gutters, cleaning out our catch basins, this runoff can contain toxins for which the city is responsible. To reduce our stormwater toxin risk, the city is examining long-term solutions, and I'm happy to share with you that through extensive studies and a lot of hard work from staff, we're taking our first steps toward designing a state-of-the-art stormwater infiltration gallery that would clean and treat stormwater before it is discharged, reflecting our commitment to the environment and the sustainability of our region. The City of Lomita provides water services through our water division to over 4,200 service connections, comprised of nearly 4,000 residential customers and 307 non-residential. However, since 2019, we've been importing 100% of our water from Metropolitan Water District. In early 2021, the city kicked off a monumental project to install a new carbon filtration system at our main water production facility on Cypress. The project involves a state-of-the-art filtration system that will filter out organic substances that contribute to the earthly odor in the water and will improve the aesthetics of our water, drinking water, such as the smell and the taste that were observed back in 2019. The new filtration system is designed to provide clean, safe drinking water to our residents for years to come, and I'm proud to announce that after 5 years of hard work and significant progress in these last 6 months, the facility is back on track to open to its residents by summer 2025. The replacement of the water mains in the area of 247th Street involves abandoning a water main that travels through private properties. This is obviously an issue when we need to do maintenance on those mains. The existing water main was constructed 100 years ago, so needless to say, it's prone to many breaks and leaks due to its age. The new water main will extend beyond the city boundaries into the city of Los Angeles and include a complex installation of fire hydrants, valves, and fittings. And I'm proud to report that construction is ahead of schedule on this, and we anticipate closing this out next March. There's nothing really more important to the community than safety of reliable drinking water. That's why we are so keenly focused on ensuring our residents get the highest quality water available. Our next big water project is located in Zone G, the northeast part of the city. The project consists of constructing water lines along Walnut Street, 247th Place, and Ebony Lane. Construction will likely start in the summer, and as a companion project of phases 3 and 4 of the Zone G construction projects. To maximize our return on investment from time to time, we'll handle water mains and water pipe repairs when we're repaving streets and reconstructing streets. A great example of this involves reconstruction on Narbonne south of PCH. This project replaces a portion of water pipe just south of PCH to the border of the city. The pipe is aged and needs to be replaced, but by combining water and street construction, we can enjoy financial savings, reduced disruptions to the community, more efficient water use of our resources, and improve long-term infrastructure planning and better outcomes. I'm pleased to report also, you may have noticed as you're driving down in Lomita in the evening, that we've partnered with Southern California Edison to change all of the over 1,000 streetlights to convert them to LEDs. The new light output will enhance public safety, provide a more modern appearance, lower our carbon footprint, and of course, save a ton of money. Finally, it's my pleasure to announce that through the hard work of our city staff, we were recently informed by the Metro Board that we were approved for $6.65 million towards roadway safety improvements in Lomita under the Local Travel Network program. This project is part of a regional effort to expand our network of low-speed routes for alternative modes of transportation like e-bikes and bicycles that will connect Lomita residents to the region. Approximately 5.3 miles of network is slated for Lomita. In an extremely ambitious 18-month effort, the city took on the monumental task of delivering a comprehensive update to our city's most important long-term planning blueprint. This is a change, this is an update that hasn't been done in nearly 30 years. The general plan is our long-range plan document that establishes how land can be used in the city under a vision for the next 20 years. To meet the state housing and zoning requirements that have been imposed on us, city staff work tirelessly with the City Council and Planning Commission to surgically plan for the future housing and development along with our commercial corridors to meet modern development goals. At this time, I'd like the Planning Commission to stand up so we can give them a round of applause for the hard work that they did on this job. No community can thrive without the assurance that we can live, work, and play safely. The Lomita Public Safety Team consists of a collaborative network of first responders and professionals dedicating to make sure that we are safe. Our public safety efforts consist of law enforcement and community policing through our Sheriff's Department, fire protection and life safety through our LA County Fire Department, code and parking enforcement through City Hall, school and traffic safety, emergency preparedness, and homeless outreach and response. Through our strong partnership with the Sheriff's Department, it's no surprise that we remain one of the safest communities in the region. With only 347 Part 1 crimes recorded in the last year, which is essentially no increase from its previous year, we take pride in carrying out our goal of being the safest city to live, work, and play. And with the passage of Prop 36 a few weeks ago to help combat retail and petty theft, and the addition of a second community resource deputy that the City Council approved this year, we look forward to keeping crime out of Lomita. Our team has also entered into 10 letters of agency with property owners this year, which grants the city and the Sheriff's Department to combine themselves to take action on business properties to address issues like trespassing and crime, even when you're not present. To learn more about how to enter into a letter of agency, please contact Will Lawson at the back of the room, our code enforcement officer, who would gladly help you do that. Because of these signed letters of agencies with cooperative businesses, we've successfully removed 15 homeless encampments from business properties over the last year. Additionally, we've eliminated over 75 instances of graffiti and tagging from commercial properties, preserving the aesthetics and safety of our businesses. In 2024, we've also enjoyed growth in our property values. The assigned valuation for all properties within Lomita are up 5.6%, with 3,873 single-family units, 800 multifamily residential, and 608 commercial properties. The median sale price of homes in Lomita within the last year was $827,500. And as I start to conclude, I want to conclude on the fun things, on all the special events and all the community things that we get behind that really reflect the fabric of this community. Founders Day, our most cherished annual event, kicks off the beginning of each summer. To give our city's 60th anniversary the party it deserved, the city relied on community input to shape our 2024 celebration. This Founders Day 2024 drew thousands of visitors from all over the region over this two-day event, which was a record turnout for Lomita, with the addition of more carnival and game rides, 41 vendors, 10 food trucks, 5 musical groups, and 6 community groups. The 60th anniversary celebration also brought back a community favorite, Concerts on the Lawn. New to the 60th celebration was a classic car show during the National Night Out event and our first annual cornhole tournament in Lomita. This year, this long 60th anniversary year, we also brought back many other events. And this is all in the theme and the spirit of celebrating our monumental 60th anniversary. We're proud of all of the events that we put on, with many more to come. Please visit our website at lomitacity.com to see the full schedule of upcoming events. So in closing, I'd just like to once again thank you all. We've accomplished a lot this year, but with much more on deck. And before I leave, I want to stress that none of these accomplishments or progress is remotely possible without the unwavering support of our City Council. They provide the policy-making vision for our community and truly embody the leadership this community demands of its public servants. And last but not least, thank you to our city staff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Of course, our volunteer commissioners as well, who spend countless hours pouring their passion and life's work into serving this wonderful community. It's a thankless job, but their dedication and talent is unmatched. It's a reminder that yes, we're small, but we're mighty. Thank you all, and congratulations again to Heidi on the 5th anniversary. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew, for a wonderful presentation showcasing the city's success and commitment to improving the quality of life for everyone that works, lives, and plays in this great city. You saw a lot of stuff. I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize Trevor Resin, our city attorney, who keeps us out of trouble. Lomita has a rich history and continues to move forward by adjusting, adapting, and getting creative, and now we'd like to share just a few of our Lomita legends. This year, the council asked our community to share some unique stories to help us honor our 60th anniversary. There are many stories that we look forward to continuing to capture. Here are just a couple that we're happy to share with you here to give you a sense of Lomita's legacy.
I enjoyed being Miss Lomita in 1964, and it was a special year as Lomita became its own city.
When Lomita started getting a little bit bigger in size, they decided they needed a fire engine instead of the old bucket brigade. So they did a fundraiser and they purchased the 1917 Model T Ford.
It was great. I really felt it was a special community, small, quaint, kind of small town Americana, the friendly city. I don't know if that title came on until later, but that's how it always felt.
When I was 13, and Friday nights, they had Friday night dances. And it was a lot of fun. I went there with my neighbor, Charlene Medlock. She actually entered the contest after I did the next year, which made it interesting. Yeah. So she and I used to go to the dances occasionally on Friday nights, and found out my husband also went, but we didn't know each other then because we were only 13. I hadn't met him yet.
Lomita's first fire engine has been in so many car shows, displays, a lot of parades. There was a lot of parades here in Lomita back in the day in the early 60s. Something I'd like to see again. But there was a lot of great, good old-fashioned parades. Good photo of my dad and one of his friends, Pete Berta, going south on Narbonne Avenue, and you could see Boy Scouts walking down Narbonne Avenue and an old police motorcycle, and of course other old fire engines behind it, and looking north up Narbonne Avenue. So a lot of good photos and a lot of good memories. The fire engine has a long history. We're fortunate to document it.
Well, growing up in that cul-de-sac there, it was kind of the hub, our yard, and the cul-de-sac was like a hub for all the neighborhood kids. And prior to coming in here, I sat down and tried to think how many kids actually grew up on that Geisen Street block. And I came up with 20. There were 20 of us, probably within 3, 4, 5, 6 years of age of each other, growing up there on that street. And then there was, of course, maybe 3 or 4 others that grew up in 263rd Street in the Pines there, and came down and joined in all our fun activities, our baseball games in the cul-de-sac, basketball games, kickball, tag, and hide and seek in our yard was great because we had all the trees and all the different things there. So that was really fun activity for the kids in the neighborhood.
There was a lot of events that year. For the first annual report, I did a tour of Lomita and all the local. I went to Narbonne, I went to Fleming, St. Margaret Mary's, Miss Curzic's Doll Museum, and St. Margaret Mary's, and then Lomita Park. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, it was the first year Lomita became a city, which made it a busier year than it could have been for other Miss Lomitas.
It went into service 1921 to 1925, early 26, and it was run by Charlie Smith, who was a deputy fire warden, and he was a businessman in Lomita, and Hugo Schmidt, who was the butcher in town. Those two were the entire volunteer fire department for the city of Lomita back in those days. When they went to store the firehouse, they actually stored the fire engine between the community center and the bank, and then the lumber company in Lomita donated the lumber, and they built basically a roof, 2 doors, and a back, and they used the 2 buildings as those 2 walls, and that's where they stored the Model T fire engine.
It felt like it had its own unique identity, kind of different from the larger surrounding cities like Torrance and Gardena and Carson. They felt, to me anyway, it felt a little cold, big, not that special identity. So that was something I felt with Lomita. And I felt proud to say I was from Lomita, and I felt proud as a little kid to know that Lomita meant little hill in Spanish. And we would sometimes be up in LA or up in the mountains, and I could see Palos Verdes Peninsula and say, hey, yeah, we live right at the base of that. We're not the big hill, but we're the little hill. So it had a special vibe and feel for me.
What a wonderful glimpse into Lomita's legendary past. It's fascinating to see such rich history shared from our Lomita legends. Thank you to our interviewees, Bob Schatz, Victoria Hald, and Carl Lasky. Thank you, Victoria and Barbara, for generously sharing your historical materials for all of us to see today. And a special thank you to Carl for bringing the fire engine. At this time, I'd like all of our Lomita legends to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Like I said earlier, this is history, but we also have a lot of history to be made, right? So it's amazing how Lomita's story is being written with new legends waiting to be made. Until the next chapter, this concludes our 2024 State of the City program. Thank you all for joining us and joining us and to stay up to date on all things Lomita throughout the year. Thank you to our sponsors in Lomita Chamber, and please feel free to drop by the tables and get more information. Thank you very much. Happy holidays and enjoy your day.